Hey guys, welcome back. So in this tutorial, I'll be showing you that how can we report or block any user account. So first of all, you can see that this is our show user profile, and when I will click on this block report, so here we have the option for blocking. So when you will click on the button report, so we will have a bottom sheet, and when you will click on the posting content, that should not be here. So we will have these radio buttons, and after that, when you click on this, it's pretending to be here. So we will have these me, someone I know, a celebrity, and when you will choose any of them and click on the button submit report, so it will be report in real-time database. So that is how you can see that our this is going to be our today's functionality. So guys, in this tutorial we are going to, first of all, here what we will do exactly is we have to create a layout file, and for that you can do is simply I will search, because guys, now you can say that almost we have code for everything in case if you want to implement something. So bottom sheet and bottom sheet menu, and here we have. So you can see that we have these four items, understand? So all you have to do is just simply copy this file, Control plus C, and then after that you just have to paste it here, Control plus V, and then after that give it name that report underscore block, and report underscore block, and then bottom sheet. So ps for bottom sheet, then enter. Now you can see that we have the bottom file. So you just have to click on this first linear layout, understand, and then simply let me click on this, and then after that close it. Now you can see now we have only two options, understand. Click on this privacy, and I will just make it block, understand, and click on this logout, and I will simply make it report. Yes, report, and change its ID. So here we have the ID for image view. So ID should be report user, okay, and that is for report. And now here profile, privacy profile, so you just have to change it to block, and that will be user, understand. So you can see that we have the bottom sheet, block, report. Now it's time for the drawable part. So click on this and then new vector asset, and then after that here we have already the block file. So you just have to block user, so we can find out, just give some uniqueness, understand. Then again click on it, and for report, again vector asset, click on this and search for report, and we have this. So report, go for this one. So report problem, then enter, finish. Now here you have to just click on it, and this one is for block, understand. So here we have this, so you can simply give block user, understand, and then this one. So here you have to give report problem, understand. Yeah, so now it's time to change its color. So simply search for report problem, and remove this line from here, and just make this at the red color, just make it start, okay. And the same thing for this one is report, that one is for block. So block problem, we need block user, yeah. So just remove this line from here, and also the color white, and you just have to give the color start. So guys, now we have changed the color, so you can see that this profile, or you can say the layout, is looking pretty good. So after that it's time to open the show user java part, understand. So simply click on this show user activity, and just before that have to search for show user layout file, understand. And then after that just zoom it. Yeah, so now at the very bottom, yes, here. So we will simply use a text view, that will be wrap content, and the text will be simply block, and then slash block slash report, okay. Now layout gravity center block report. So yeah, Now we have it. So after that id, so we can handle it from java part, and that will be block underscore report tv, block report tv. Okay, now close it. So that's all. After that, open this java part and just increase one more text view. That will be block report tv semicolon, and then reference after that. So simply here block report tv equals to find you by id r dot id dot block report tv, then semicolon. Okay, now we have it. So after that, what you have to do here is you can simply do the very simple thing, and that will be, yeah, here inside this on create, simply click on write block report tv dot set on click listener, and then new, and then after that click listener. Okay, so guys, now exactly we just need a codes of bottom sheet. So for that, here we can just, here we have the block tv. So actually we are using that block report, I mean bottom sheet codes in the, you can say, fragment one. Yeah, so simply go for the fragment one java part, and from here we can copy the code, and here we have it. So simply copy it, this method, control plus c, and then go back in this show user, understand, and just after this on create, paste it, and we have this show bottom sheet, show sheet method. So after open that method, and here you have to give the show user dot this. Okay, and then after that just remove this code in this between. Okay, and also remove this, yeah. So and remove this to settings and privacy code. Okay, so guys, now you can see that we have bottom sheet, and where it is showing error. So we removed something, no, the error is gone. So guys, you can see that we are having these two image views variable, understand, privacy, logout and delete. So simply make it report, and make this one block, understand, and just remove two of them, and just make it report, make this one block, and make this one report user, and this one is for block user. Okay, and make this one report, and then this one block. Okay, so now you can see that we have the code of bottom sheet. So you just have to here pass that method show bottom sheet. Okay, now we have the bottom sheet. So guys, when the user will click on the report, so we have to show the bottom sheet for report, and when the user will click on the buttons, I mean block, so we just have to block that user, understand. So that is the coding part of this tutorial. So now we have to handle the, you can say, java part. Okay, so here first of all, when the user will click on the button report, so now you can see that we have created the bottom sheet part successfully. Okay, so here yeah, now when the user will click on the block, so let me create the reference for block. Okay, so I will go above here, and database reference, that will be for block. So here increase one more reference, and that will be block ref. Okay, so the block ref, and then after that just go here, and we will just directly give it here because it will be easy for us to understand, because there are too many references. So simply write block reference equals to database, and that is firebase database dot get reference, and this is going to be block users dot, and then after that we can give the child. So for example, that guys, if you want to create a list of users you blocked, so first of all you want them to retrieve in your you can say, you want them to you just want the list of the blocked users in some activity, so you can unblock them in case in future if you want. So for that I will give the child, and first child will be current user id, current uid, understand, then semicolon, because it's always easy to retrieve data when you give a child current user id as the first child of the database, understand. Now we have the block reference after that. So guys, for example, if you want to block a person, so you how many data you would like to save. I mean, it depends on you that how much information you need about that user. Like name is must, profile URL is important, and I think these two things are enough. You can say I am just taking the minimum amount of data that I need to save. Okay, so in this show user, let's check that are we retrieving the data of that user we are looking whose profile. So I think the answer is obviously yes. So here you can see the name, URL and user ID. Okay, so we only need two information about that user. Okay, so yeah, so first of all, I guess name and URL. So for that we need a model class for saving that kind of multiple data. So for name and URL, I can simply use because we have a lot of classes, you can use just any of them. Model class, make sure model class. So for saving it data, model class, we have message member, we have new member. So let me see, new member URL name. Yeah, so you can see that this new member model class have URL name, so you can just simply use it here. New member equals to new new member then semicolon. Okay, so now we have the new member variable or object, you can say. So after that you just have to simply say new member dot set name, and that will be name of that user. Okay, then new member dot set URL, and that will be URL. Okay, and now after that new member, obviously the user ID, set user ID, and that is going to be what we have to save the user ID of that user. Understand, do not save your own user ID because we have already given that user ID, your user ID here in this child. Okay, so now you have given the real-time database part. So after that it's time to create a random key. So simply give random key, or you can say the, that's okay, just random key. So just simply write block ref dot push dot get key, then semicolon. Okay, and then simply block reference dot child, and that will be key child, and that will be key, and then dot set value, and that will be new member semicolon. Okay, so guys, now you can see that we have successfully done the block part. Okay, and after that a toast message that user blocked. Okay, so user blocked, done. Now, so when you will block that user, so you will not be able to see their post, their profile and anything, their questions, whatever they have uploaded. We will handle all the functionalities in upcoming tutorials, do not worry. Just watch the videos and like them and subscribe my channel. So after that we completed the block functionality. Okay, so now it's time for the report user. So first of all you just have to create another layout resource file, and that is also important, because when you have to report a post, so it have different conditions, but when you have to report a user, then it also have different conditions. So here in this tutorial we are now going to create a file for reporting user. Understand, not post, because I have already shown you about the post in my previous tutorial. I will provide a link in description, go and watch. Now it's time to create a report for report file report account, or report underscore user underscore underscore file, report user file underscore bottom sheet, enter. So now we have another bottom sheet. So this time we have to code because we don't have anything we can copy from. So just give the height, and that is going to be wrap content. Understand, and first of all give this make it linear layout because it's really easy to code in this one. Then give orientation, that will be vertical. So after that we will use a very basic text view, and that is going to be with match parent. You can give height wrap content obviously, and the text is going to be report, and that will be report user. Okay, and then text size, that will be 25 sp. Okay, then padding, that will be 10 dp, and then text color, that will be obviously color black, and then report user, then margin left, that will be 10 dp. Okay, now close it. So I guess now first part is successfully done, report user, and here you have to give the background, and that will be bottom back. So because we have already created the file bottom back, it actually, this file have curves at the edges, that's why, and it just make the bottom sheet beautiful, that's all. Understand. So now after that, when we have created the java, I mean first part, text view. So guys, after that we will use our two text views. So first one will be like text view, and that will be obviously wrap content, and then after that I would like to give some padding, and that will be 4 dp. That's okay, understand. And then after that the text will be, so guys, the first parameter will be posting content that should not be here, understand, posting content that should not be here. Okay, now id, that will be simple, should not here. So it depends on your, if you want to change this you can change it, understand, or if you want to add some more options you can add. It is just a functionality that I'm trying to show, so you can just by watching this tutorial, and you just have to make some little bit or similar changes, then you will be able to create, you will be able to add new features according to you, understand. So that is just a demo, that in case if you want to report, if you want to create a report functionality for users, so you can do by watching this tutorial. Okay, so the aim is to achieve this. Now after that, padding already given, then margin left, that should be I guess 20p. The margin, the aim of giving margin is to create enough space so it will look better. Okay, so you can see that this report is heading, so it should be big, and now this is subheading, so it should be just a little bit right side of that, so it gives good impression. Okay, so yeah, or you can just also give the 20 dp in case if you want. So designing part depends on you how you want it to look. Okay, now text color, that will be Android black. Okay, then close it. So now we have this, we have given the id, we have given almost everything. Yeah, now control plus d again. So this second one will be for I guess pretending to be somewhere else. Okay, so just change the id, that will be pretending, and the text is going to be pretending to be someone else. So simply it is pretending to be someone else. It is pretending to be someone else. Okay, so when the user will click on these two text views, so it will create another list of radio buttons in which you can handle the rest part. Okay, so yeah, now we have the text views. Okay, so after that here I would like to use a button, and that will be with match parent, height will be wrap content, and background is going to be button back. Okay, and then text is going to be submit, then report. Now almost yeah, text color, that will be obviously white, black will not look good. So that, and after that I would like to give the margin. Okay, you can say, so the margin top, we will give the margin top, that will be 60 dp. Okay, so now we have it, close it. So guys, now we have the button, but we forget to add the id. Yes, so give the id, that will be btn underscore that is for report underscore user. Okay, so now we successfully report, we created the button. Okay, so after that click on this text view. So we have this linear layout, so add the padding, that will be 10 dp, so it will make the layout pretty good. You can see that now it is looking more beautiful. Okay, so now we have created the text view. So when the user will click on this one of the text view from here, so it will just simply give the margin top, that will be 5 dp. Okay, and just give the margin top, that will be okay, again 5 dp. So yeah, that's okay. So when the user will click on two of these, any of this text views, it will show the list of radio buttons in which we will add more options. Okay, so now more options like what? So more options, for example, if user will click on this posting content that should not be here, so before reporting you have to classify, or you can say specify, that what is the exact reason of reporting that account. So now we will handle that part. Okay, so click on this text view, and just after that here you have to create a linear layout, and that will be again match parent, height will be wrap content. Okay, then orientation, again same vertical, then close it. Now after that you have to add two more, and that is id, and id is going to be ll, and sorry, instead of this you can give uh, it is for posting content should not be here. So yeah, so you can give the id should not be here. Okay, and then after that underscore ll for linear layout. Okay, short form, and then you have to give the visibility, and that is for now you can just leave it. Okay, we will handle it in just few seconds. So now we have it. So after that you can use a radio group, and that will be obviously match parent, height will be obviously wrap content, and then simply close it. So now between this radio group we can use multiple radio buttons. So we will just or instead of this, I think we should create, yeah, that's okay. So radio button, and that will be obviously rep content, and the text is going to be, you can say text. The first one is, it's spam. Okay, it's spam. Now id will be spam, then text color, that's all okay, I guess. Yeah, I just need a margin in the left, so it will look pretty good, 20. Yeah, that's okay. So now close it. So now we have the radio button and text id, almost everything is okay, yeah, I guess. Yep. So I will just simply copy this from here, control plus c, then control plus v, control plus v, and now after that spam, I will give the another id, and that will be suicide and self injury. Okay, so self injury, and then you have to change the id, that suicide. Okay, and then after that control plus v, third option is going to be nudity or sexual activity. So you can simply give nudity or sexual activity. Okay, so activity. Then after that hate speech or symbols. Okay, and then here simply give hate speech, and then after that hate and speech part, we have the violence. Okay, so you can increase the points, you can decrease the points, depends on you how you want to make the report functionality. Okay, now after that violence part, we have bullying and harassment. So harassment, just don't focus on the pronunciation, it just I my mother tongue is not English, it's Hindi. So it's just sometimes it's quite difficult to speak words that you don't have to speak every day, or the pronunciation is a little bit different, but I hope you guys understand whatever I say here. So now after that we have bullying or harassment. Now I guess spam, suicide, self-injury. Okay. Then nudity or sexual activity, hate speech, violence, hate speech, violence, bullying, harassment, and the last radio button is also important. That is called false information. So let me paste it here, and that will be false information. False information. Okay. So false info, done. So now we have the, you can say yeah, linear layout is part is done successfully. So click on this and also add some padding here, 5 dp or 10 dp is okay. Yeah, it will look pretty good. So you can see that now we have the design part, so you can see that it is looking pretty good, yeah, it's really looking good. So you can see all the options. Okay, so yeah, first linear layout part is done. So now after that you can do is we need another linear layout just like this. So now come after this text view. Okay, and again linear layout, and that will be height with match parent, height wrap content, orientation, that will be vertical, and then id, that will be for pretending. So pretending, then underscore linear layout, and then visibility, just leave it for now, then close it. Yeah, so I guess almost correct. And then padding, that will be 10 dp. Okay, so now, so guys, after that now we just need here 3 radio buttons. So just copy these 3 radio buttons, control plus c, then control plus, come here, then paste it here, control plus v. Okay, so the first one is going to be he's pretending to who. So first option will be he's pretending to be me. Okay, yeah, and the option is going to be also me. Now another one, he's pretending to be someone else. So text is going to be someone else. Okay, someone, I mean someone I know, not else, someone I know. Then someone I know id, and the third one is a celebrity, uh, celebrity, or the ID is going to be celebrity, celebrity. Okay, so yeah, we have almost done the part successfully. So now our coding part and you can say the layout part is successfully done. So click on this one, and now it's time to handle this visibility. So just simply make it gone, and just to come to this visibility gone. Yeah, it has to be gone by now. After that we'll click on this one. So just before that, one thing is create a radio group, because if you will not create, so you will be able to create multiple, the user can create, check multiple radio buttons, and we don't want that. So height will be wrap content again and then close it. So after that you just have to control plus X to cut it from here and then paste it here. Yeah, so now you can see that it is successfully gone. And now this visibility is again make it gone. So we will make it visible when the user wants it to be visible. Okay, we will not make it when you will click on the report button. Okay, so yeah, now we have created the layout resource file bottom sheet successfully. So after that we can do one thing here is just open this show user, and so guys, when the user will click on it, so we will simply show report. So okay, so for that here what we will do is just simply click on this show report sheet, then sem here, and then semicolon, and then click on this create method in show user. So now we have the method here. Okay, so the codes we already have here above, so you can see. Okay, so we just have to copy the code from here. So just copy this to this bottom, control plus G, then paste it and just remove this center stuff. Yes, just remove this. So now we have very clean code, and here you have to give the bottom sheet menu. So here you have to give the report block report file. Actually the file name is you report user file bottom sheet. Yeah, report bottom sheet user file. And also change the reference here in the above. It is not for bottom sheet, it is for report block. Okay, report block bottom sheet. Yeah, done. So I guess now it's time to code in this report sheet. Okay, so first of all, how many things we have? We almost have 10 radio buttons, and we have two linear layouts, one button and two text view. Okay, so first of all we will handle for the linear layout, and that will be pretending ll. Okay, semicolon, and semicolon equals to dialog dot find by id r dot id dot, and that will be pretending linear layout semicolon, and then after that I will control plus C, then control plus V. Now this one is for shouldn't be here pretending, and should not be here, should not be here. Okay, and you may be thinking that I'm giving too much big variables, but that's just for reducing confusion. Okay, so now we have given for the linear layout. So now after that for button. Okay, so button. So now we have the celebrity, we have text view, we have button, we have linear layout, we have reference for of everything. Okay, so after that here I would like to create the Java part, and that's also pretty simple. So first of all we will handle the text views. Okay, button is for after that. So we will create the pretending ll. Okay, sorry, text views. Yeah, so pretending tvs, first of all simply click on this pretending tv dot set on click listener, then new, and then view on click listener. Okay, so when the user will click on that first text view, I mean second text view pretending to be someone else, so what we will do, we will simply make that pretending linear layout visible. So simply click on the pretending linear layout dot set visibility, and that will be visible. Okay, and then we will make that should not be here linear layout, should not be here, should not be here linear layout dot set visibility, and that will be gone. Okay, now we will copy this code, control plus D, and then make this pretending to should not be here. Okay, so when the user will click on that should not be here TV, should not be, should not be here. So what is the second text views ID? Come on man. should not be here, should not be her TV. Come on, should not be, should not be, should not be her TV. Yeah. So now when user will click on that should not be her TV. Okay. So we will just make the should not be her here linear layout visible, and the pretending one gone. Okay, so now our text view part is done. So after that we will handle the button. So when the user will click on the button, so we will simply set on click listener, and the button should be small because we are using the variable. So button set on click listener, then new. I just hate it sometimes, So now we have the button and view dot on click listener. So first of all, after that I will just simply check that if our first option is spam dot is checked, then else, then again if, come on Android Studio, and if second one is done. So first of all we will handle the reference. So just go above, very above. Okay, and here just add increase the reference, and that will be for report ref user, report reference for user. Okay, and you just also have to check the data, that how much data we can save. So we just only need and we only need the data, and that is let me see that, yeah, we have this name, URL, and user ID, and that's enough. Okay, so now go back in your report part, show functionality, and yeah, we can proceed from now. So did we given the reference? So just let me check, report user ref. So yeah, report user reference. So we will just give it where we are doing the coding part, so it's easy for us to remind. So here you can simply do is report user reference, report reference user equals to database, then after that dot get reference, and that is for report users. Okay, so report users, then yeah, code here, come here, and now it's time to code inside this. So guys, first of all here what we will do is when the user will click on that, so I guess we should retrieve that here first of all. So now after that you have to initialize the report class. Okay, report class equals to new report class, then semicolon. Okay, now we have the report class, so we can proceed. So first of all you have to write for report class dot set name, and that will be name, then report class dot set URL, that will be URL. Now report class dot set UID, that will be user ID, and then report class dot set issue, and that is going to be obviously spam. Then after doing that spam part, we have to write the string, and that will be key equals to, and that is going to be report users string key, and that will be report user reference dot push dot get key semicolon, and then after that you have to write report ref user dot child, that will be the key that we generated above, and then after that set value, and that will be report class, yeah, semicolon, then a toast message to show the confirmation to the user that reported. Okay, so you just have to copy this, and from here just paste it, control plus C, and you have to change it here. So simply give the option, and that is suicide, self injury, self injury. Okay, now after that for this nudity part, control plus V, and make it nudity or sexual activity, nudity or sexual activity. Okay, now then after that hate speech, so simply paste it here, and then hate, then speech or symbols. Okay, symbols, then for violence control plus V, and then violence, set issue violence, then control plus V, and that will be for bullying or harassment. Now after that to false info, control plus V, and false information, so we can simply give the false information. Okay, so guys, the last three options I will not do now, because the functionality is little bit, you can say, complicated, because when you will report someone of issue that he's pretending to be me or he's pretending to be someone. So I just need one thing, and that is in case of this me, you can say, we also need to save our own data. For example, that if you are accusing that I have posted photo, I mean I have created an account of by the name of any of my viewer, okay, and my viewer want to report that. So when the user will report, my viewer will report my account. So with that, I also need the data of that viewer account, so I can compare that is it true or not. So that's why I will leave these three, someone I know, celebrity, and me part for now. So instead of that, I just want to show a toast message, so you can see that the text view, I mean set on click listener, is working fine. And in next tutorial we will handle these rest three features, because I just want to make this you can say best playlist. That's why I'm just adding these features, and just wait for these last three options and celebrity. Then after that, now I think our coding part is almost complete. So you guys can see that I have done almost everything. Set on click listener, yeah. So guys, now it's time to run the application, and so guys, you can see that the application is running absolutely okay. So when I will click on this fragment 3, and I will just go on any of them, view profile. Okay, so you can see we have the text view block report. And when I will click on this, so you can see we have the bottom sheet, beautiful. I will click on this block, so you can see user blocked. Okay, and I will open this real-time database, and here I will search for the block post. So you can see that block users, and here we have the information, and let me check. You can see name is Yash, user ID, and URL. Okay, so now after that, for report, so click on this report. So you can see that we have the bottom sheet. So when I will click on this posting content should not be here, and see is it is working absolutely okay, understand. But after that, if I will click on this pretending, so you can see that we have another three options: me, someone I know. So when I will click on it, and it is working okay, me working okay. So now when I will choose the spam, it's a spam, and I will click on the button submit report. So it is reported successfully. Okay, but you can see that after report the bottom sheet is still visible. And for that, report post. Okay, so report post here, and number one. So you can see that. So actually it should be, it's spam. So let me open the spam part, show user.java. So when the user will click on the spam, so it should be set issue spam. Okay, yeah. Now that report post, sorry, report post, we should go for report users, because we are reporting users here, sorry. So yeah, you can see that the issue is spam and name is Yash. It's absolutely okay. I will change it to nudity, and I will submit again, so it will increase the child, just for checking that everything is okay. So now our option is nudity, so nudity or sexual content, sexual activity. So you can see that the application functionality is working absolutely okay. And in case if you will select on this, so it will show this message, sorry, it should show me. Okay, I know. So you can see that this functionality is working absolutely okay. In next tutorial we will handle these last three options: me, someone I know. Okay, and I think we should also increase the text size of this you know uh, you can open this bottom file sheet and click on this text view. I guess the text view text size should be a little bit more. Text size should be 20 sp, or not 20 sp, I guess 17 is okay, not that too much big. Okay, 17 text size is okay. Now click on this one, and text size 17 sp. Okay, so guys, this is just a little bit of change that you can make by your own. So the main functionality is working absolutely okay, reporting user and all are okay. So guys, if you like this tutorial, so please like, share and subscribe my channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon so you will never miss any update. Thank you for watching.